going very well, particularly up front where they really are scoring goals and playing extremely well, particularly against Motherwell. And John Robertson, of course, who scored 12 Premier League goals, can perhaps recall the last time he played at Fir Park, and really his menace and penetration counted a lot too hard. And so you would make them, after their cup victory last week, decidedly the favourites here today. But there's Motherwell without Davy Cooper, of course. He's not fit yet, but Chris McCart comes back in, and that is significant. Now, curious enough, Motherwell have done extremely well against some of the bigger teams, Aberdeen, Dundee United, Celtic. They've taken more than their fair share of points, including the league leaders, Rangers. When they went to Fir Park, Motherwell went up to that Dougie Arnott goal, and Rangers had to fight back and only got the equaliser late on in the game. But their fortunes this season have been decidedly mixed, and they'll surely want to pick themselves up from their last visit last Saturday. There's a ref, Ken speckled figure of Kenny Hope, still going strong. Kenny Hope just about to start the game, and because of the mauling the pitch received last week, they put down something like 50 tons of sand, and it looks flat and even. That's a very good job the groundsman has done. Apparently he was almost in tears last week. He must have been the only unhappy Hearts supporter around, but they made a good recovery. I think it'll be heavy going all the same. And there's Neil Berry. I'm sure he's delighted to be back, even though he's facing a stiff breeze. His first game since August, would you believe. He was injured in the match against Falkirk in the Skull Cup. First full game, that is. Not as a sub last week. And he'll be glad to be in the thick of the fray again. And right underneath it. Robertson fighting hard, and I think the referee not at all happy with that tackle by O'Neill. It's away wide. Oh, Maxwell had committed himself too far. Bannon. Determination there by Kidd. Cahoon, there was a deflection corner kick. John Cahoon, I think one of the most dangerous players in the mood. Short one, Cahoon again. Well taken by Bannon, and you can hardly blame Scott Crabbe for being in the way. It had to be taken first time. Well, that was superbly well taken by Bannon. First time, flicking it in. Just unfortunate that Crabbe was so near to him. Dreary. Robertson tried to get it inside. We're all standing back, looking at it. That's a very good ball. Superb play by Hearts. Crabbe picks it up. There's Phillip in there. Wants to lay it off, and he can't. There's McKinley. 1-2 by McKinley, great move by Arch! By far the most penetrating move in the game. Really was a fine ball to start off with, setting Crabbe away. Back to McKinley for the 1-2, and maybe a bit reckless with that shot. Perhaps he should have gone for placement rather than strength. Out it goes to McKinley. Very strong wind now. Beginning to blow some of the advertising hoardings down around the side, and that's how difficult it is out there for the players, to be fair to them. Cusack. Adventurous. Boyd after it though, and that was reckless. Cannot fault Tom Boyd's enthusiasm. I don't think Vic Davies too happy with it. And the referee is going to book Boyd. And This is how Davy McPherson always disappeared into the terracing. Boyd booked. Nice little touch by Robertson, Crab, Bannon, and maybe Bannon should have been lying wider. He gets another chance at it though. Loses possession far too easily. So 5 minutes of the first half remaining. I feel like imploring the lads out there to get on with it and give us something really exciting to finish this half. Hasn't been the greatest. Kirk asking the referee to get that line of players back. There goes Cusack. A rather aimless one, that. Bannon driving away. Now then, the linesman had his flag up, and I think it was more than just the ball going out of play. I think there might have been a bit of niggle off the ball. Certainly Tommy McLean was up out of his seat, and I think Cusack is going to be booked for that challenge. This is the challenge that brought it. Now in goes that one, and down he went, and really that was reckless to the point of being deliberate. Well, Tommy McLean was irate even before that. Something happened off the ball. We went covering it, and he's off. Oh, Cusack is off. And that really has taken everybody aback. Off he goes. Well, this is what was happening across there. And there was a kick. Oh yes, that was quite reckless there by Cusack. And from that angle, quite culpable. And off he goes. Some of McKinley's crosses from that area have left a lot to be desired, but there goes the half-time whistle. And what an odd game this has been, negative right up to the last 5 minutes. One great chance for Hearts when Tosh McKinley went through in a delightful 1-2, but I think he rather lost the head near the end. And talking about losing the head, I did say earlier that McPherson and Cusack were shaping up. I meant that sort of metaphorically, but there it was, the outcome, a kick, and of course an ordering off, and down to 10 men. I do not fancy Motherwell's chances in the second half, particularly as Hearts will have the advantage of a strong win. And you would really expect Hearts in the second half with that kind of advantage to rub it in. It was a fairly even game up to that time. Motherwell played a lot of tidy football without looking menacing. It was Hearts looked more aggressive, faster, but Motherwell did have a lot of play, and now they're really up against it. Well, John Philliman, just one of the solid defenders in view, and it's been a defender's day. Attackers haven't really impressed at all. Scott Crabbe started promisingly in this game, showed some delightful touches, but like most men up front, it's been a very arid afternoon. Patterson did very well there. Good header by Patterson. Cahoon turns well. That what he's so good at, that penetration of his. John Robertson, good break by Hearts. That's a nice little touch. Well, Crabbe, I think, if you looked immediately at that, you would have thought he would have buried it, but it was a more difficult chance than you think. Just watch his break here. really caused by Cahoon in the first instance, and Robertson digging that in, and it was an awkward one. The player was in front of him, the ball was coming, dipping down to him. Well, the police and the stewards have created a big corridor here, and I think they're worried, frankly, about the pylon. They were looking over the pylon, and I think if there's any doubt about that pylon, they should clear the whole terracing. And there we are. I think that's a problem. I think one or two of the lamps are Guy Shugley. Well, Mayer simply did not know where that ball had ended up. There's O'Neill. Person after this, nice ball round the side. John Robertson looking for a bit of support, not much there at the moment. McKinley came up. Nicely round to McKinley, great move, almost like the one he had in the first half. And again he cannot finish positively. That really lacked authority, that finish. Crab brought down. He didn't like it, but it's a free kick. Well, full marks to McKinley for going forward again in a 1-2 as he did in the first half. There's McKinley again. That's much, well, it started off much better, but flew off the side of his foot. As I say, all credit to him. Person rising up very well. Kirk. Grab after this. Cahoon hasn't had all that much service. Very barren first half. Being quite happy to keep possession. It's McPherson wanting to take off. McCreary. As he finds Bannon. Did him nicely. McPherson is up. Here's Crabb with a chance. Breaks the deadlock. And a little samba by a man who's seen scoring his 12th Premier Division goal this season, and he took it well. As I said, he started the game very promisingly, rather faded out of it, but he's always threatened. Very good positional sense, and then it came to fruition there. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't an easy ball it came to. He do a little pitch kick, but he puts it away nevertheless. And that's after 18 minutes of the second half. It's Cahoon and Levine going down. Looks to me as if O'Neill will get his name in a book. And I think that is 2 bookings and a sending off for Motherwell. Mighty clears by Phillipen. There. That's Phillipen again. Kidd. That was very cumbersome, but it got it away all right, and that is no offside. There's Bobby Russell. Oh, he ought to have done better than that. Trying to chip the goalkeeper, and that is the clearest chance they've had in the game. Hearts on the attack here. Crabb cannot keep it in. Well, I did say somewhat earlier in the second half that something of a miracle would be needed for Motherwell to score in this game with what they were up against, and it almost fell to the feet of Bobby Russell to create it. Through he went, looked up, tried to chip the goalkeeper, but if you don't get it right, it can sometimes look painfully lame, as that did. careful there by Kidd. That's a good ball. Crabbe and Burnley. And Burnley could only trundle it out. He was conscious of the fact that there was no other player behind him, immediately behind him. Couldn't play it off in any way. Robertson. Oh, good turning again. He's got a leg. Scores a great goal. Oh, yes. Oh, no, that was a very fine goal. The angle was extraordinarily difficult. And I was just on the verge of saying he'll have to square it. And he confounded everybody by getting it past the goalkeeper from an almost impossible angle, and that is Hart 2 up. And that is a game dead and buried as far as Motherwell are concerned, because there is only about 8 minutes to go. There's a little touchback by Patterson. Oh, Boyd can't get rid of that. Now Cahoon. Oh dear, dear, dear. That did not look offside to me. Nowhere near it. We were right in line with it. No. Levine showing a bit of pace again. That's superb play now. Cahoon, he may try one at goal. Yes. Again, coming off the determined and astute play of Craig Levine. And a nice, sweet, sharp shot by Cahoon. Swept away. And free kick given there. And there goes the final whistle. Yes, Hearts quite one of the winners at the end of the day. Motherwell shot themselves in the foot to a considerable extent and limped off, but excellent goals nevertheless. That superb goal by Robertson in particular, showing his real class. And Scott Crabbe, of course, was substituted, showing just how lethal Hearts have come up.